Oh, hi, good afternoon, everybody. Okay, so today we'll be doing chapter 1 and chapter 2. Chapter 1 and chapter 2, revision. Yeah, so we'll do the chapter 1, and then I'll teach you some answering technique, and then I'll do the chapter 2, and I'll give you the answers. Screenshot all the answers. That will be the last part of this seminar. Okay, so today we have Tivia, then we have Jaru, Jiasun, Wing Heng, Helene, Sanjeev, Enqi, and Viwen. Okay, so chapter 1 is talking about our country, Kesabilan, talking about the old system, the Kerajaan Raja, the Kerajaan Raja Melayu, Kerajaan or Kesultanan Melayu, how they function, and that's for chapter 1.1. Then 1.2 is talking about what attract the Western colonization, what attract them here. Then 1.3 is talking about the competition in between the Penjajah Barat. Then 1.4 is talking about the different strategy. Okay, then for chapter 2, we'll learn about NNS, negeri selat. Okay, so this printing error, printing error. Okay, so I push up this one. So for 1.1, we'll cover this one called Kegiatan Intellectual. Usually they will test you on the education, the education part, education portion. So you must know the tujuan pendidikan. This is the 5 main reason why we have education. So we hope that we can create noble character individual with well manner. Tata Susila means everything follow step by steps. But Tata Susila. Berdikari means independent. Berhemat tinggi means very confident. So exam usually will test you on pendidikan tidak formal and formal. Tidak formal will be asuhan keluarga. Remember the keyword. The keyword to huraikan pendidikan tidak formal will be asuhan keluarga. So this is what we learn at home. So the skill, religion, then after that noble character, how to make friends, and also ways to protect our dignity. Okay, that's what our parents teach us. So how they teach us? Pantun, syair, peribahasa, pantang larang, and cerita teladan stroke pengajaran. Pantang larang is like taboo, things that you are not allowed to do. Things that you are not allowed to do. They have pantang larang. Okay, pantang larang means things that you cannot do. Okay, then they also tell stories. Tell stories. Through stories, they educate us, educate the young generation. So in Sarawak, they teach the hunting skill and also collect hunter-gatherer. Berburu dan meramu. Meramu means collect the forest punya produce. Meramu, exam just write meramu. Meramu means collect the hasil hutan. Meramu. So they learn through cerita lisan. They learn through cerita lisan. Okay, pendidikan formal means like school. Got proper syllabus. Every day. It's a day-to-day thing. There's teacher, there's book. Yeah, teacher and book. Example like we have Istana. Istana, they learn about administration, and then they learn about politics. Okay, politics and also pentadbiran. Then in masjid, surau, they will learn about bacaan solat, lo. How to pray. And then they learn about all the great teachers, their sharings of the hadith. Fiqh is the law, lo. Usuluddin is the history, the history of Islam. Then pondok is for the kids, for kids where they learn the Quran, okay, their Bible, hadith, and also bahasa Arab. That's what 5 years old until 15 years old learn. 5 to 15 years old. Then madrasa, you can write that boarding school. Boarding school means with hostel. With hostel. So you overnight there. You only see your parents 3-4 months. Every 3-4 months only you see your parents. So what you learn in madrasa, basically there's a syllabus, sukatan pelajaran, secara class, and then got different level. And then the awasi mudil. Mudil means guru besar. If you cannot remember the word mudil, you just write guru besar. Don't write pengetua. Don't write pengetua, write guru besar. Okay, the huraian, the proper huraian for mudil is guru besar. Then diselia jawatan kuasa kewangan. Bahasa Melayu dan tulisan Jawi is the lingua franca. Lingua franca means common language. There is the kesan pendidikan formal. Okay, BM and tulisan Jawi will be a common language in Alam Melayu. In Sabah Sarawak, the ethnic Islam, they have school, masjid, sekolah agama. Okay, in Sabah and Sarawak. Yeah. Okay, then I push up. Okay, so this one you haven't highlight, you can screenshot. And then we'll move down to the second part of chapter 1. Okay, the second part of chapter 1, I will be talking about why the Western people, they are here. So they are in Asia because they want to get the luxurious stuff, the premium stuff from China. Why China stuff considered premium is because the world trade goes like this. Europe, Arab, India, and China. That is the world trade. So the trade that deliver the most value is between Europe and China. China stuff can sell for very good price in Europe. Okay, very good price in Europe. But it doesn't mean that Europe stuff will sell good in China, because Europe stuff, they tends to be like more the higher end. More higher end. That's why China, basically, majority of the people, they cannot afford. They cannot afford. So they want to get the luxurious stuff, such as the tea, the silk, and also the pottery. Yeah, the tea, the silk, and the pottery. But the China trader, they prefer the Malay stuff. Like the rempah-ratus, minyak wangi, emas, perak, batu permata, gading, and hasil hutan. So you can see, Chinese, they want the Malay stuff. That's why the Portuguese, they will collect the Malay stuff and then bring to China to exchange of tea, silk, and also the pottery. Then pelabuhan persinggahan means they're going to temporarily stop by here to wait for the monsoon wind to change. While waiting for the monsoon wind to change, they'll refill their water, their food, and also repair their ship. And then we have agama Christian. Portuguese, they are here. One of the reasons is to spread Christianity. To spread Christianity. Then this one is revolusi pedestrian. Revolusi pedestrian means they started a lot of kilang. they started a lot of kilang. Last time is an agriculture country. Now they are industrial country. So when it is farming, agriculture, the artisan and also the craftsman will produce. Will produce. That's why their product generally more expensive. Because everything is handicrafted. Everything is handicrafted. Tetapi kilang is cheap labor. Because the artisan and craftsman, they are level 50. They know the 50 steps to make a shirt, 50 steps to make a shoe. So they know all the steps. So what the factory do, they take whatever the tailor know, split it to 50 steps, and then engage cheap labor. 50 cheap labor. Wait. 50 cheap labor 咯。Yeah, 50 cheap labor. And then they have 50 times production at 20% of the cost. Because 50 cheap labor, their pay will be much lower compared to the craftsman and artisan. Okay, so 20% cost, but you can get 50 times production. 50 times production. So that's why they have two problems. When you have high production, you need a lot of raw material. And then you need market to buy your cheap shirt, cheap shoe, cheap factory products, the manufactured products. How cheap is cheap? 50 times at 20% of the cost. So you are talking about 250 times cheaper. If last time shoe is 250 ringgit, the European, they can sell at 1 ringgit. They can sell at 1 ringgit. Yeah, that is how cheap manufactured product can be. So the price of the product will base on the price of the raw material. So raw material shortage will cause the factory price to go up. That's why raw material is very important. To source raw material and then to make sure there is enough demand to buy the manufactured stuff up. So revolusi pendasan causes the Western power to expand the colony. Wait. Yeah, right. So we continue. So this is the abad ke-19 and 20. Why the Western people keep coming here? Because they need the getah, kesuburan tanah, hasil bumi, industry creator. Then they need the natural rubber to make tire, and also the penebat electric is like wiring. You know wiring? The inner core is the iron or copper. And then we need the rubber to wrap the wire, so that when you touches the wire, you won't get shock. That is called penebat. Penebat. And then we need the industry mengerti, we need a lot of biji tema for tin makanan dan minuman. Because last time the makanan tin, they use the iron, but problem with iron will rust. So the inner will put a layer of tin. It serves as an anti-rust. It will serve as an anti-rust. And then they also use the biji timah to put a thin layer on the bumbung rumah so that it won't rust and it will last longer. It won't rust and it will last longer. And then we have tong minyak. The inside the tong minyak, we also will put a layer of tin to avoid the oxidization of the iron. Because petroleum, all those stuff, they are more corrosive. They are more corrosive, yeah. And then we have the man-made river, the Suez Canal. Yeah, the man-made river. So speed up the trade by 1/3. Speed up the trade by 1/3. Yeah, yeah, and then we have kapal wap. Kapal wap is steamship. Steamship, more loading, faster and more loading. Can load more goods and it can move faster. And then we have telegraph. Telegraph is the SMS. So the kuasa barat menghubungi agent dengan cepat. Pasangan barat loh. So the more colonies you have, you will be considered, the Western power will be considered more successful. Semakin tinggi sanjungan. Then this part is talking about slogan berbau orang putih, the white man's burden. So that is for British. Because British people, they are bullied by the king, the evil king. That's why all British people also know they have a tendency to help the Asian to break free from the evil king, from the evil centric power. Yeah, berbau orang putih. So they feel that it is tanggung jawab mereka to membantu peribumi dijajah mereka. But when you say membantu, means what type of help? Mainly is to free them from the old system, the custom, all the rules. Yeah. Bertanggung jawab membantu peribumi dijajah mereka. Tugas menyebar tamadun. That is by the Perancis, the French. Okay, so I push up. This one, if you haven't highlight, you can screenshot. Okay, then after that, I move up. This is the various, what we call strategy used by the Western to control us. So you just remember the strategy barat, manipulasi. Manipulation means you try to change the outcome. You're trying to change the outcome. Okay, like for example, Yu Hang fight badminton match. You know, I play badminton with Lee Chong Wei. Lee Chong Wei will win. Then I manipulate. I kidnap his son and then threaten him. That is called manipulation. Then ultimately I win the badminton. That is called manipulation. Ukutan is threaten. Tipu is bluffing, scam. Then after perjanjian is contract. Pakatan is union. Then pajakan. Pajakan will be leasing. We pay certain amount to the local leader and then we lease. Leasing. Leasing happen in Sabah and Sarawak. Then we have serangan. Serangan physical. Serangan physical. Then Belanda have serangan physical and then sign perjanjian to buy all the biji timah. And then they have union also. Muafakat. So they kerjasama pakatan dengan Johor, successfully get rid of the Portuguese in Malacca. Then strategy British will be manipulasi. Ukutan, tipu, perjanjian, pakatan, pajakan, dan serangan. Pajakan, you see, happen in Sabah. Sabah Sarawak. That one will be Pajakan. Okay, that is 1.4. Okay, so now we will do latihan behind the practice behind before we go for chapter 2. Okay, so if you haven't highlight, you can screenshot. This one majority come out in objective. This one majority come out in objective. So you flip to the latihan behind, you'll see this. Okay, so you can write. Example, they ask, nyatakan ciri-ciri pendidikan formal masyarakat Melayu. Okay, so 3 marker, 3 marks. 3 marks, you are encouraged to write more than 3. Because right answer, you get marks. Wrong answer, there is no deduction. No deduction in marks. So if you have, example, 3 marks, you write 8 points. 4 correct, 4 wrong, you still get your 3 marks full. You still get your 3 marks full. Okay, so you just form a complete sentence, but with the comma, comma, comma. With the comma, comma, comma. With the comma, comma, comma. Okay, so you can say pendidikan formal di istana, masjid, surau, madrasah, dan pondok. So pendidikan bercorak Islam, ilmu Islam di titik berat, serta hal pentadbiran dan politik diajar di istana. Since you really like memorize you already memorize already so you just give them all. Just give them all. No need to be kedekut. No need to be kedekut. Since you already memorize right? So you just give them all. So if you get 4 correct, 4 wrong, you still get your full marks. Your wrong answer won't negate your right answer. Okay, sometimes you will get answers where they already pre-write like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, you can add 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. You also can add bottom. But if you want to write additional point, you just use comma. Just use comma. You will still get your marks. You will still get your marks. So don't be restricted. Don't let yourself be restricted by all this 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you must try to write more. Okay, teacher will only go for the right one. Teacher will only go for the right one. The wrong one won't minus your marks. Okay. And then we have this one, like example, pendidikan tidak formal in Sarawak. So they ask you. So you can say kemahiran memburu, meramu diajar kepada generasi muda agar mereka berdikari pendidikan melalui cerita lisan pantun peribahasa dan berkaitan amalan turun-temurun. Yeah, you write like that, you will get more than memburu, meramu, berdikari. And then we have the cerita lisan tentang amalan turun-temurun. You will get maximum around 6 marks. But they won't give you 6. They won't give you 6. They only will give you like 3 marks. Your teacher will put the 3 here. Your teacher will mark, will tick, and then will write a 3 word here. Means that you already score the maximum. Then pada pendapat anda, apakah kepentingan pendidikan dalam kehidupan manusia? The 5 tujuan, remember? This seminar started with the 5 tujuan. The 5 tujuan. So, pendidikan melahirkan individu berakhlak mulia, bertata susila dan sopan, serta berdikari dan berhema tinggi. Dan you can say individu dapat berdikari dan menyumbang dalam pembangunan negara. Okay, sometimes you'll get question like, in the question itself, they really restrict your point. Like the next question, no? But you don't get restricted just because the question asks for 2. The answer asks for 2 doesn't mean that you only provide 2. You can actually provide more. Okay, like for example, this one, they saying namakan 2 jenis barang mewah. So it is always okay to write additional. So like example, barangan China loh. Teh, sutera, tembika, 400 batu permata, gading, emas, perak, timah, minyak wangi. All those are the luxurious stuff that they're going to bring back to Europe. They are going to bring back to Europe. Push up. So can you see that? Revolusi penindustrian. Kesan kepada Barat lah, abad ke-17. So you can say revolusi penindustrian. So you explain what is revolusi penindustrian, no? So you say revolusi penindustrian, barangan dihasilkan secara besar-besaran, no? So menyebabkan Barat perlu jajahan untuk membekalkan bahan mentah dan memasarkan barangan kirang mereka. They need the Asian to produce the raw material and also to buy their cheap manufactured product. Buy their cheap manufactured product. Dan can say hal ini berlaku di Britain, Germany, Perancis dan Eropah loh. That's why penjajah Eropah menjajah Asia loh. Dia menjajah kita. Okay, exam how they mark? They will mark like barangan dihasilkan secara besar-besaran, 1 mark loh. Dan Barat perlu jajahan, 1 mark loh. Membekalkan bahan mentah, 1 mark. Memasarkan barangan kilang, 1 mark. So how ini berlaku di Britain, German, and also Perancis. 1 mark loh. Ultimately penjajah menjajah Asia loh. Dijajah kita. Okay, right. Penjajah ubah dasar. Untuk menjajah Asia loh. Last time they respect us. They don't take over us. They respect us. Because of revolusi penindustrian, they colonize us. So this one is talking about the faktor. Faktor kedatangan Barat. The 19th century and the 20th century. The 19th century and the 20th century. So you can say penciptaan telegraf membolehkan kuasa Barat menghubungi ejen mereka di Timur. Dan penciptaan kapal wap, buatan banyak dan perjalanan cepat. And then terusan Swiss. Terusan Swiss. Terusan Swiss memendekkan jarak berlaluan perdagangan Timur Barat. Industri kereta memerlu getah asti untuk tayar dan penebat elektrik. Industri mengerti memerlukan biji tema loh. So biji tema untuk bumbung dan tong minyak. Slogan beban orang putih loh mewajarkan penjajahan mereka. Then you also can talk about tanah subur. Tanah subur dan kekayaan hasil bumi. Exam you always write extra lah. For those points that you already memorize. Those points that you already memorize. Very easy to score. Sejarah is a subject very easy to score. Very, very easy to score. If you know your study technique. If you know your study technique. See, in the exam, they ask you for what? They ask you question, right? You suppose able to memorize the answer and write it out. So your exam is testing your input or output. Exam is okay, you can score because you must understand how you score. Because exam, they will test your output, not input. Your output. So whoever can memorize answer, whoever can score. Okay. So you just need to look at the question and then you memorize the answer. So when I say memorize, okay, if you don't understand a thing and then you go and memorize, you will be torturing. You'll be really, really torturing because you don't understand anything. So memorize basically separate into two portions. Reasoning and then focus on output. Reasoning means you must understand why. You must understand why. Okay. So look at the question, look at the answer, and you must understand why this question's answer is like this. Why? So you must actually teach yourself. That's why we call ourselves TTC. TTC stands for Tutor, Tutor, Cemerlang. Not Student, Student, Cemerlang. Tutor, Tutor, Cemerlang. So basically, Tutor is about output. Tutor is about reasoning. So when you don't understand certain thing, you must do self-reasoning. If you want to do self-reasoning, you must be assertive. Okay, I tell you, because of the primary education that I go through in Malaysia, number one, they say look at answer is wrong, which is wrong. Which is wrong. Because in university, how we study, after the lecturer teach, everybody learn through their own way. You have to learn through your own way. That's why you look at university, their library, their study area, a lot of students. So what they are doing there is reasoning. Reasoning. So you must understand one thing. there's no such thing as right or wrong. There's no such thing as right or wrong. That is the Malaysia primary school, you know, if it's not right, then wrong. So I'm very scared that, you know, I'm very scared that my answer is wrong. I'm very scared my answer will be wrong. But actually, there's no such thing as wrong answer. So first, you really look at the answer like this, this question my answer is like this. But when you explain to yourself, when you come out with reasoning, as long as the reasoning makes sense, that will be the reasoning. But you must be assertive. Assertive means you are confident to, like, you know, come out with your own theory. That is only what I learned in uni. You know, uni, they write a lot of thesis. They write a lot of thesis. Like example, 20 reasons I can prove that Najib is a woman. You get what I mean? Because of Malaysia primary school, number one, they make students think that looking at answer is wrong. Then number two, they make students think that this word is not right, then wrong. Then after that, make you very worried that your own reasoning will be wrong. But there is no such thing as right or wrong reasoning. There's only like reasonable reasoning. Reasonable reasoning. Very important. You come out your own reason. Why? Okay. But for things that you don't understand why, you ask your friend. You call two of your friend. Why you call your friend? You don't call me straight. You call your friend first. Give the chance of output for your friend. Call your friend that is good in sejarah. You ask him why. Why? Okay. If your friends tell you, I don't know, then you say next week exam already. Now you don't know. Don't you feel nervous? Then after your friend will be, then you say never mind. You will find out the answer for him. You call the second friend. What if both of your friends also don't understand? That's when you WhatsApp me. And then you tell me, you know, two of your friends together, if you don't understand this thing, then I explain, then you take the initiative to explain to your friend. So at least now 3% understand. 3% understand. Get what I mean? Once you understand things that you really understand, very easy to remember. And then you must focus on output. Output means you cover the answer. You cover the answer. And then you look at the question. Then you're able to repeat the answer. Verbally output the answer. Because you can say it out, you can write it out. You can say it out, you can write it out. Okay? Like for example, why the Western people come to Asia, 19th and 20th century, penciptaan telegraph, kapal wap, and then industry creator. Then after that, slogan beban orang putih, tanah subur, kekayaan hasil bumi. So you just need to come out all the points. And then the exam, you just output all. Okay, so memory answer got two steps. One is reasoning. That is what we do the normal days. The normal tuition day, we understand. That's why at TDC, you tuition that time, you keep asking why. Why and why. If you cannot understand why, you must ask. So to speed up your reasoning, speed up your reasoning. Okay, and you also can do self-reasoning. You are tutor, you are not student. So when you teach yourself, please be nice to yourself. Don't go and tell, you know, when you ask the question, why the answer is like that? Oh, then your teacher reply, oh, because the answer sheet is like that. It's okay? So you fail as a tutor. So you must find out the reason. Explain. Okay? Explain until people can understand why. Cool? Important. So I'll give you the, like example, the chapter 3 Q&A notes that we use in class. Okay, this is the chapter 3 Q&A notes we use in class, which is this one. Okay, so we make it easier for you to do the Q&A. On the left is the question, on the right is the answer. So you just need to use a piece of paper, cover the left and cover the right, and then you look at the left and then you verbally come out the answer on the right. Okay, and then you constantly output. Okay, this is the study technique that my brother Yu Tian know when he is in Form 1. Since then, study is so easy. He studied 3 days before exam, and then he go in exam and he will score. Okay, that time when I'm in Form 1, I'm still using the primary school technique. Which is do the question without looking at the answer, one by one. And guess what? I'm writing it out. Too slow. Or else I will be like reading the book. Keep on reading, input. And guess what? Exam tests you output. Exam tests your output. They don't test your input one. They don't give you a passage, ask you to read. And then, spit it out. No, not testing your input, but it's testing your output. That's why my brother, since Form 1, right, after he know this technique, Form 2, he already got a girlfriend. Form 2, he already become president of Science Matic. Form 3, he become pengawas. Form 4, he become ketua pengawas. Then Form 5, straight A's in SPM. And then Form 3, PMR, straight A's. You can get what I mean. He know this technique only, I know this technique only in uni. Because my primary school technique cannot use at all at uni. Because uni level, terlalu banyak, the stuff terlalu banyak, terlampau banyak, until I cannot use the primary school technique. So, I go for the question and answer technique. Look at the question and look at the answer, and I try to understand why the answer like this. Only later, my brother, I only know my brother Yu Tian study technique in uni. Uni, that time only I saw he used the technique, he studied technique, and exactly like mine. So that's why I tell you, you should actually use this technique called Q&A. Question and answer. Normal class, focus on understanding why. Okay, when you explain to yourself why, number one, be responsible. Must explain until you understand the real reason. The reason, a strong, reasonable reason. Not a cuckoo-bird reason. Cuckoo-bird reason means what? Oh, because the answer sheet is like that, lor. Oh, because teacher say like that, lor. That is very, very, very bad. Very, very bad. You must explain, okay, so that people understand what is actually happening. Then this is 3.2. You can screenshot, lor. 3.2. So this is the Q&A question. The Q&A type of notes. Very useful before exam. Very useful before exam. Okay. And then this is the 3.2. You can screenshot, lor. I can screenshot this one. There's a lot of stories. A lot of stories. And then this one is the pair out one. Then this is they form NNMB. British take over and form NNMB. Form the Negeri Melayu Bersekutu. I can screenshot. These are extra notes for you all. Then this is how they run. How they run the NNMB. So the TEC Sejarah full notes inside already have this, all this up. Okay, so you can use this for your school exam. Yeah. So now we enter chapter 2. We enter chapter 2. Okay, so chapter 2, the important part, they usually test will be the Penang's function, Pulau Pinang's function. So Pulau Pinang serve as pusat pengumpulan barang, pelabuhan persinggahan, and military base. Military base to protect India from the French attack. From the French attack. Pusat pengumpulan barang, British want Chinese tea. Because you drink tea, you open up your mind. You make your mind more reasoning. Tea will make your brain more reasoning, open up. Tea is opposite of alcohol. Alcohol make you drunk, will make you numb, will make your brain stop function, and then you will dance on the table. Okay, that is alcohol. But tea is opposite. That's why British, they love tea. They love tea, and tea can sell for very good price. Very, very good price in Europe. That's why British, they bring the tea, Chinese tea. But Chinese people, they don't want European stuff. Chinese people, they don't want European stuff. They want the Malay stuff. Because Malay stuff more practical. More practical. Emas, biji tema, spices. Pelabuhan Persinggahan is a temporary stop by for them to repair the ship and then refill the water, and also the kapau and makanan, food, and also the drinks. When I say drinks, I'm referring to alcohol. Because sea sailing is a very long process. And the sea very rowdy, so very hard to take a good rest. Very hard to take a good rest. That's why they use alcohol. It serves as the what we call to help you sleep. That's why you look at the Pirates of the Caribbean. So they are always drinking, and not because alcohol company sponsored, because it's sea sailing. So when they stop, they refuel. Okay, and then here is talking about Pulau Pinang before British. Pulau Pinang before British is actually part of Kedah. And the first Malay port is called Batu Uban. Batu Uban. And then we have this one called, this one is talking about pendudukan British di Pulau Pinang. So the story start with Sultan Muhammad choose Tunku Abdullah to be the crown prince. And then the royal very angry. The Kedah royal very angry. And then they engage the strongest pirates in this region to attack their own port. Because they don't want Tunku Abdullah to be the next sultan. Why? Because he's a half royal blood. Yes, his daddy is a royal blood, but his mommy is not. So he is not fully royal blood. Royal family will not trust half royal blood. Reason? Because half royal blood become king, he might betray the royal. He might betray the royal and help the non-royal. That is the reason why the royal family, they don't trust the half-royal. Yeah, this one, they don't trust. So it is a rule that centuries, generations, they also follow. Only full royal blood can be the crown prince. And why Sultan Muhammad so brave? He go and break the custom. Because out of so many sons, Tunku Abdullah is the smart one. You know why Tunku Abdullah is the smart one? Because he's not full royal blood. You know incest? Incest produce children with low IQ. Low IQ, low EQ. So out of the children that Sultan Muhammad have, Tunku Abdullah is the only one that is kind of like normal. Kind of like he is very bright, very smart. He's very bright and very smart. That's why Sultan Muhammad like him. And Sultan Muhammad, he got absolute power. And he liked Tunku Abdullah because Tunku Abdullah is very smart. So why the king will choose the smart one is because he don't want later the stupid one will cost the country no more. Everybody die. Then how? So that's why Sultan actually choose Tunku Abdullah to be the crown prince. Tetapi the royal, they still follow the custom. They say no, cannot. Abdullah is not full royal blood. He must be a full royal blood in order to be our crown prince. But Sultan insists. That's why Kerabat Raja, they are not happy. So they engage Bugis, the greatest pirates in this region, to rob their own port. So you can see which is this group of royal, their IQ is double. Really double. So that's why Sultan have no choice to minta bantuan British. Then the British come in. And then they help the Kedah get rid of the Bugis. And then Sultan go and ask SHTI to protect Kedah from Thailand, from Siam. SHTI reject. SHTI reject. Okay, SHTI reject. So Sultan memohon bantuan ketenteraan SHTI, rundingan for pelindungan, gagal. Not to say dia tak bantu. Kali ini dia bantu. Tetapi you mau dia lindung kamu daripada Siam, tak boleh. Tak boleh. SHTI tak boleh. Tak mau. Dia tak mau. Because he want to maintain a good relationship with Thailand. He want to maintain a good relationship with Thailand in order to cut off the French. You see, SHTI wouldn't explain to Sultan Kedah, but I explain to you. That time Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, and Myanmar is under French. They are like under French, but they are not dominated by French, but they are under French influence. So the French already control Myanmar. The French already control Myanmar, control Laos, control Vietnam, control Cambodia. Okay, and then Thailand is kind of like neutral. He is kind of like neutral. Okay, that's why India, Bangladesh is actually under. India and Bangladesh is under British. These two is under British. So now British want to control Myanmar. How to control Myanmar? Must have the help of Thailand. If Thailand decided, to friend with British, don't let the French pass through their country to reinforce Myanmar. And the French here will don't have the don't have the reinforcement. Will lost the reinforcement, and then they can win. So you cannot go against Thailand because behind Thailand is the French. The French, yeah. So cannot help Kedah now. Cannot help Kedah now to break away from Siam. Cannot, because Kedah break away from Siam, Siam will be unhappy. So if British help Kedah, Siam will hate British. And then the whole area here will be no good. So that's why British reject. British reject. He reject. And then what happened? Few years later, around 4 years later, then Siam asked Kedah to give bunga emas. And Sultan refused. So Sultan feel threatened. That's why Sultan Abdullah, this is Abdullah, Sultan Abdullah asked SHTI to help. Because SHTI helped his daddy, SHTI helped his daddy fight off Bugis, That's why he go and find SHTI this round to fight Siam. He want to try again to ask SHTI to protect Kedah from Siam. Then Sultan Abdullah think why last time SHTI reject daddy? Maybe it's because we didn't offer anything to British. So why not this round I offer Penang? I offer Penang. You know, Sultan Abdullah offer Penang. If you help me, I give you Penang. Okay, but SHTI reject. SHTI reject. He reject. It is not about Penang, not Penang. Your country is not, it's not yours. It's like pass by your house. Your dog give me his house. You think I will take? You think his house is his house? Or his house is your daddy's house? Don't play, you know. So SHTI reject. He reject. And then you know what happened? Sultan actually, you know, asked a private trader, Francis Light, asked the private trader, trying to convince the governor. And you know, Francis Light, he's a trader, He's a trader, private trader. He go and tell the king that he's confident. He's confident to convince the governor. Because he's Orang Putih, he will know that the British history in 17th century, British have an evil king. The evil king bully the people. And then the people united and they fight off the evil king. That's why British people, they don't like the evil king. So whenever they hear the story about bunga emas, Siam punya bunga emas, they are very unhappy. You know what is bunga emas? Every 3 years, Siam will demand Perlis, Kedah, Kelantan, Terengganu, Patani to give bunga emas. If bunga emas is not bunga emas though, please, Malaysia punya sejarah is like our daddy, you know. Our daddy buy antique. After they buy antique, wow, the few thousands of antique, they come back will tell you, a few ringgit only. They'll tell you very small amount. So from pokok emas, pokok perak, and hamba, few hundred hamba muda, hamba lelaki muda, they tone down to bunga emas. They are like telling you that we give Thailand very, very small only, not big, which is their 80% income. Okay, 80% money, you know. And you know why Siam don't want to take in gold bar? They don't want to take the gold bar. You know what? They want it in the bunga shape, in the pokok shape. You know what Siam king do after they collect the bunga emas? They will melt it, you know, and they'll keep the jongkong, the gold bar. Why Siam, they are so evil? Siam just want to waste your money, want to take your money, want to take your young man, and also want to take your craftsman's time. So that your craftsmen don't have time to make weapon. Don't have time to make weapon. Okay, that's why, how to say, every 3 years, take away 80% of your money, 80% of your young man, and then, no, 80% of your craftsman's time. That is what Siam King do to Kedah. No? So as Orang British, they will definitely anti-Siam King. That's why Francis Light very confident. Macam yes, no. He go and tell Sultan that he's confident that the governor will say yes. Because the governor also British, what? how can, British support the evil king? No. British sure will help the people to break free from the evil king. That's why Francis Light very confident. And guess what? He go and tell governor. The governor tell him, man, bro, we want to help the Kedah people, but not now. The timing. If you help Kedah now, you make Siam King angry. Siam King, get help from French, and then we'll be in trouble. And then Kedah will back to Siam. Yes, the help will be immediate, but the help won't be long-lasting. So if we really want to help Kedah, okay, is to please Thailand, make Thailand neutral. Once Thailand become neutral, we take over Myanmar. That will be more of a proper way. More of a proper way. Yeah. So that's why Francis Light got refused. But Francis Light didn't tell the king. Francis Light didn't tell the king. Then after Francis Light, before go back to India, he promised that SHTI will protect us. And then Sultan Abdullah give Francis Light Pulau Pinang. And Penang got renamed to Prince of Wales Island. The capital city will be Georgetown. And then what happened? Thailand crushed Patani. Raja Sakti and Raja Bahau died in 1786. Why British didn't help Patani break away from Thailand? It's because Patani Royal ended. Tak sempat, British tak sempat bantu. Dia sudah gone. 1786. Whole family died. Raja Sakti dan Bahau, whole family died. And then what happened? Kelantan and Terengganu break away from Patani. Okay, Kelantan and Terengganu break away from Patani. Okay, that is the story about Patani. So Patani is gone. Whole family died. So Sultan Abdullah very nervous, very scared. Okay, so he actually, asked SHTI to help. SHTI say, sorry, bro, I didn't promise you to help. Only Francis Light promised you, not me. Then after that, 1791, Sultan Abdullah cannot wait already. He gathered his troops at Seberang Perai. He want to take back Penang. And then the tewaskan Francis Light. And then Sultan signed a contract with British. So British take over Penang officially. And then in 1800, sign another contract and take over Seberang Perai. And then later, 1826, they signed Perjanjian Berni. 1826, they signed Perjanjian Berni, where British recognized Kedah Bawah Siam and Siam Iktiraf, Pulau Pinang, dan Seberang Perai bawah British. Remember just now I say, I passed by your house, your dog offered me his house. Even though I take it's not mine, because your dog don't own the house. Your daddy own the house. So what happened will be, first British take over the house from the dog, and then British sign a contract with the daddy, recognizing that the dog belongs to your daddy. Because Kedah is always want to break away. Kedah is the one that always want to break away from Thailand. Keep on want to break away from Thailand. That's why now Siam also need recognition. Need the recognition. Like my son, I take him out to shopping. He always go and tell people that I kidnapped him. I'm not his daddy. I'm kidnapper. That's why I go to British and I get a court order to prove that this is my son. So that's why I'll say 1826, British signed a contract with Siam, recognizing Kedah belongs to Siam, and Siam recognized Seberang Perai and Penang belongs to British. That is how British control Penang. Then this part is talking about Singapore story. Singapore story started with Napoleon. Napoleon War break out in Europe. Napoleon is a very short guy. He's a short French guy. Okay? He want to dominate and take over Europe. So first country he crushed will be the Dutch. So Perancis attacked the Dutch and crushed the Dutch. So the Dutch king ran to England, signed Surat Q, hand over all the colonies in Asia to British. Until war is over, British have to give back the ports to the Dutch. Okay? Surat Q is a very simple letter. It is not a contract, it is a simple letter. Then British control Malacca and Betawi. British control Malacca and Betawi. So basically, British temporarily control world trade. British control the world trade for 10 years. And then 10 years later, what happened? Napoleon War ended. Napoleon War ended. Napoleon War ended. And after that, what happened? British give back Betawi and Malacca kepada Belanda without the money. Without the money collected for 10 years. Lots of money, you know. Lots of money. British didn't give back the money. So British standpoint is very simple. Surat Q didn't mention about money. Only mention about the port. So the port I give you back. So the money collected 10 years, I will take. Okay? You know Belanda? Belanda control Betawi and Malacca and control the world trade. Control the world trade. Why? Let me explain. This is China. This is China. So from China, the trading ship come down. You either go Selat Malacca or you go Selat Sunda. So Selat Sunda is blocked by Betawi. Belanda already control Betawi. So you must pay Belanda money. Only Belanda will let your ship pass here, pass through Selat Sunda peacefully. You know what happens when you don't pay? The Dutch will confiscate your stuff. They won't sink you. They will hijack your ship. They will take your stuff. Okay? So remember, you learn in Form 2, Johor, Sistem Naungan. Sistem Naungan. So whoever get naungan, the pedagang-pedagang dapat naungan Johor, will dapat surat kebenaran Belanda. So if you want to sail, you want to, any trading ship want to go past Straits of Malacca or Straits of Sunda, you must make sure you have the Belanda permission. Without Belanda permission, if you go through the Straits of Malacca or you go through the Straits of Sunda, your boat might be hijacked. Will be hijacked by the Dutch ship, the Dutch warship, the Dutch Navy. They can able to block. So at first is the Dutch control Betawi, Portuguese control Malacca. Okay, but the Dutch control Betawi, Portuguese control Malacca. So people have to pay Portuguese. have to pay Portuguese. But what happened? Belanda kerjasama dengan Johor. They destroy the Malacca. They destroy Malacca. They destroy Portuguese in Malacca. And now Belanda control both Malacca and Betawi. So both Selat Sunda and Selat Malacca have to get the permission letter from Betawi. That is how Betawi make lots of money. You just imagine people just pass by only. People need to pay you, you know. People need to pay you, you know. You know here there is a Terusan Swiss. You know this thing, Terusan Swiss. You know Swiss? The Swiss Canal is built by the French. The French collect money, you know. In modern days, 2024 now, one container ship pass by have to pay 3 million USD, you know. Have to pay 3 million USD, you know. You don't pay, you go Africa. Use Africa. You don't pay Straits of Malacca at Selat Sunda. Okay lah, you go down there lah. You waste your time, you go down there, you U-turn lah. You U-turn down there lah. Then here there is Portuguese. Later in Form 4 you'll learn, here got Portuguese. Very cute, and here got Portuguese. Then if you want to go, you have to go further down, to the Timor Sea, then U-turn, then go up. Your hobby must be sailing. You want to go to the west, end up you go to the east, the far east, and then until you reach the East Sea, the Timor Sea, and then you U-turn. Okay lah, then you go Hindi Ocean. Then you don't go near here lah. You near the land, they will attack you. This area is all you have to go to the Hindi Ocean down there, Kuku stuff, where you can see the MH370. So basically, it's like majority people is like they have no choice but to pay up. That is how the Dutch become freaking rich. So you just imagine Perang Napoleon, British collected 10 years of this thing, collected 10 years of Surat Kebenaran, 10 years, and you know why Raja Belanda give Betawi and Malacca to British? Because they need to take back the navy. They need to take back the navy from Malacca and Betawi in order to save their country in Europe. So you want to withdraw your navy. Once you withdraw your navy, the French will take over Malacca and Betawi. If you don't give British Malacca and Betawi, the French will take over. The French will take over. So 10 years later, British returned. He gave back the Malacca and Betawi as promised. Okay. Then now, what happened? They quarrel because of the money. They quarrel because of the 10 years of collection. The money. And the Dutch, they really need the money because they need to rebuild their country. Their country is destroyed by the French. So the Dutch need a lot of money to repair. At this very moment, what happened? The British don't want to give back the 10 years collection. The 10 years of money collection, he don't want to give back. That's why their relationship sour. Then after British need a strategic port in order to compete with Belanda. And then they reach Singapore. Stamford and William reach Singapore. Singapore very strategic because one place can control 2 straits. You control Singapore, you can control 2 straits. Okay, Selat Sunda and Selat Malacca. Right, we look at the map. Can Singapore achieve that? The answer is yes. You control Singapore. Okay, you control this area already, the whole area. You just circuit the whole area. Circuit the whole area. Okay, the whole area. Kuching and Singapore, you have strong navy. Singapore will be a pangkalan tentera British. If you want to collect protection money, you must have strong navy. You want to have strong navy, you must have a military base. So British punya military base will be at Singapore. Okay, will be at Singapore. So you control Singapore. So basically people just pay British. People just pay British. British will dominate. dominate the area. No, regardless, you want to go to Straits of Malacca or Selat Sunda, you also have to pass by Singapore. You have to pass by this area. Yeah, so it is a very strategic port, very strategic port. But if it's so strategic, why Belanda didn't take over? Because Belanda and Johor, they are friends. Belanda and Johor, they are friends. And number two, Belanda already have Betawi and Malacca. Okay, already have Belanda already have Betawi and Malacca. So why they don't look for the third one is because no need ma. You already have two ma. You already have two ma. And some more the Singapore that time is Johor, Belanda's friend. Without Johor help, Belanda cannot take over Malacca. Cannot fight Portuguese. That's why Belanda treat Johor very good ma. Belanda tell Johor, your trader will be my trader. Your trader will be my trader. Meaning any trader that sail with your letter, sail with Johor letter, okay, is as good as the Belanda letter. Why? Because we are brother. Okay, so the Belanda will recognize the Johor letter. So for the trader, either you pay to the Dutch or you pay to Johor. You pay to the Dutch or you pay to Johor. Okay, so either one. That's why there's Naungan system Naungan Johor. Okay, so in Johor only got 3 fellow can write the letter. 3 fellow can write the letter. So this one is Stamford and William signed with the Temagong. So the Temagong betrayed the Sultan. He signed the contract with Stamford and William. Why? Because this Temagong is Bugis. Bugis. The Malay people betrayed the Bugis in Form 2. The Bugis helped Sulaiman get the throne. Then after Sulaiman promised Bugis to let Bugis be the Sultan Muda. Sulaiman be the Sultan and Temagong be the Sultan Muda. The Bugis become the Sultan Muda. But after the Bugis become the Sultan Muda, Bugis abused his power. Bugis abused his power to threaten the Malay, force the Malay kids to marry with the Bugis kids. Force the Malay kids to marry with the Bugis kids. That is when Malay people angry. Malay people ask the Dutch come in. Then the Dutch come in with the gun and cannon. Boom, boom, pow. And all the Bugis halau ke Temasek. No more Sultan Muda for them. Give them only Temagong. That's why Temagong very angry. And then suddenly British came. British come, then that's why Temagong helped Stamford Raffles and William to settle down. After settle down 2 years, and then Temagong tells Stamford Raffles and William that this Sultan Johor have an elder brother. This Sultan Johor have an elder brother. Let us, scam that fella over. Scam over. And then this one is talking about the two princes, the younger brother and the elder brother. How come the younger brother become the king? It is because the younger brother attended the funeral. The younger brother attended the funeral. The elder brother attending wedding. Attending wedding in Pahang. Because Pahang is Bendahara Johor. Bendahara Johor in Pahang. Controlling Pahang. So that's why I say the wedding, it's a must go and must go. It's a must go thing. But the daddy is very sick. Daddy cannot go. So the daddy sent the elder son. Send the elder son to Pahang. And then daddy passed away. Daddy passed away. Then the elder son unable to rush back. Cannot rush back. So the younger son attended the funeral. So the younger son become the Sultan. And then the elder brother very sad. Hussein cry. Hussein is very sad. Very sad. This thing happened 10 years ago. This thing happened 10 years ago. Then 10 years later, then after that, Stamford Raffles, with the help of Temagong, write a letter to Hussein. Convince Hussein, you come over Singapore, I make you the king. You come over Singapore, I make you the king. Because we British, we have army. British have army. British can support you. British can support you. British can support you. British can support you as the what we call the second Sultan of Johor. You just need to come over only. And then what happened? Johor got two kings, the elder king and the younger king. The younger king control Johor, and the eldest king control Singapore, and the younger king control Johor. So now we have two kings. Then this is the contract they signed. 1819 they signed with the Temenggong. So the British settled down. That is how the British settled down in Singapore. 1824 is the Sultan Hussein sign. He hand over Singapore to British forever. Why? Because he just want to go. He just want to leave Singapore. Because he's fed up. He's not the real Sultan. He's not the real Sultan. Because Sultan is so powerful is because of the tentera. You know why I fear Agong? You know why I fear Sultan? Because they have army. They have army to kill my whole family. That's why whatever they say, I will follow. Whatever they say, I will follow. I swear to God, I will. Okay, even in 2024. Not funny. The king's order, you must obey. You don't obey, your whole family die. As simple as that. Okay, you must understand the king's power come from where? The king's power come from army. Army. So Hussein very cute, you know. Hussein punya army is British army, you know. So British army, of course, follow British order, ma. And then British have stronger relationship with Temenggong, you know. British already know Temenggong for 2 years plus. That time already 2 years plus. So British is closer to Temenggong than the Sultan Hussein, you know. So that's why I will say, you know, Sultan Hussein also not happy. He stay in Singapore not happy. Yes, I'm Sultan, but my influence is lower than Temenggong. Lower than Temenggong. So that's why he's so upset. That's why he actually tell British, you just take the Singapore, you just let me go. You just let me go. Okay? And then British say, okay, sign. They sign. So Singapore diserahkan kepada British selama-lamanya. Okay? And then Sultan can leave. Sultan can leave. In the contract they got right. Sultan can choose to leave Singapore if he wants. He is allowed to leave Singapore. Okay? And then sign this thing, and then Sultan go to Malacca. Sultan cannot go back to Johor because his younger brother will kill him. His younger brother will kill him. So that's why Sultan Hussein end up in Malacca. He's gone already. And then Johor is under Temenggong. Until today, Johor is under Temenggong. So you can see that Sultan at Temenggong hilang kedaulatan atas Singapore. Can get the compensation and Wang Sara. Pension is Wang Sara. Seumur hidup. Forever lah. Can get the pension. Okay. Then this part is talking about Malacca sebelum British. So before British take over Malacca, so Malacca, Malay people control is an entry port. Very, very powerful entry port, trading port. Then Portuguese control is also a trading port. Then the stupid Dutch take over. It become a pusat biji tema, a place to store biji tema. Why? Because the capital city for the Dutch in this area is Betawi. So everybody pass by here, they need to apply the surat kebenaran. So the surat kebenaran only can get in Betawi, cannot get in Malacca, can get only in Betawi. So they all will, the international trader, they all will go to Betawi. That's why Malacca become ghost town, become kuku bird. So it is just a place to store biji tema. And then 1824, British control Malacca. Then British punya pusat biji tema is Penang. So after British control Malacca, cancel the pusat biji tema. All biji tema no longer go to Malacca. All the biji tema go to Penang. All biji tema go to Penang. And that's why Malacca become ghost town. Become ghost town. So dekat atas, kita ada Pakatan British Belanda lah. They decided to end the fight to continue the friendship. They settled down for peace because they want to avoid war. That's why they signed this Perjanjian 1824. Perjanjian London 1824. Okay. Because they have a common enemy called the French. They have a common enemy called the French. So I push up. So this is the Perjanjian 1824. So British will hand over Bangka Hulu to Belanda. The Dutch will hand over Malacca to British. So in exchange, they have one line. Above that line, Malaysia belongs to British. Below that line, belongs to the Dutch. Belongs to the Dutch. That's why Alam Melayu become two countries, Malaysia and Indonesia. So British promised Belanda that he will not start any port at the south of Singapore. Then the Dutch say he will not start any port at Tanah Melayu. At Tanah Melayu. So the Straits of Malacca now controlled by British. Because of the three strategic ports, Penang, Malacca, and Singapore. And then when British take over Penang, Malacca, Singapore, right, the capital city is Penang. The capital city is in Penang. But later, they shift to Singapore because Singapore is more strategic. Singapore is more strategic compared to Penang. So Johor Riau no more. Perpecahan Johor Riau. So Johor and Singapore diperintah Sultan Hussein. And then Sultan Hussein left to Malacca. So Johor and Singapore is under Temenggong. Under Temenggong. And then this one is called Riau Lingga. Riau Lingga. This one is nothing to do with the Johor. It's the Bugis one. Sultan Abdul Rahman. Carry the same name only. But this Riau Lingga destroyed by Belanda. This Riau Lingga destroyed by Belanda. This is not the younger brother. Don't misunderstand. The younger brother stayed dekat Johor lama. Stayed dekat Johor lama. Riau Lingga already belongs to Bugis. After the Jambi fight. After the Jambi war, Riau Lingga is under Ibrahim. Sultan Ibrahim, the descendant of Bugis. No longer the descendant of Malay. So diperintah langsung oleh Belanda loh. So no more Sultan in Belanda territory. And then Pahang break away. Pahang announced independent, break away from Johor. I already say Pahang is under the control of Bendahara Johor. So Bendahara Johor cannot accept. Bendahara Johor cannot accept Temenggong become Sultan Johor. It's just like your PKM, your school punya PKM, assistant pengetua, the penolong kanan. The penolong kanan cannot accept your school cleaner take over, become pengetua. When your pengetua retired, and then they announce your school cleaner will become the pengetua. PKM will be the first one complain. When I say cleaner, maybe too far already. I just say your guru discipline. Temenggong is police, ketua police. So I can say your guru discipline take over the pengetua position. So who in the school will be very angry, penolong kanan. Bendahara very angry. Bendahara cannot accept. Bendahara Johor cannot accept Temenggung as the Sultan. That's why I would say Bendahara Pahang break away from Johor and form his own country. Okay, but there is nothing British and Temenggung can do. There's nothing British and Temenggung can do. So break away, a success. Okay, now I let you screenshot the answer. Okay, the answer. So this part done already, so this one haven't done. So you look at which is page 10. No? So what is pakatan? Always remember this word. Pakatan is muafakat. Muafakat is kerjasama. Muafakat is kerjasama. So muafakat, full stop, kerjasama pihak lain melaksanakan sesuatu perkara. So Belanda lebih agresif, menguasai kawasan. So serangan fizikal Belanda loh, yaitu tindakan menyerang. Tindakan menyerang pihak lawan untuk mencapai matlamat. So that's called serangan fizikal. So serangan 1615 Pulau Bangkok disebabkan dasar monopoli biji tema. What is dasar monopoli biji tema? Belanda want to buy you can screenshot this part. Okay. That's called monopoly. Monopoly means Belanda want to buy all the biji tema. So how Belanda achieve this? By attacking Perak. Then serangan 1782 dan 1784 dengan Johor kerana masalah perdagangan. Okay, so you can screenshot this part. Okay, and then this one is talking about the essay. The essay. So this is talking about the faktor-faktor perluasan kuasa British abad ke-19 and ke-20. The strategy British. Berbeza dengan strategi Portugis dan Belanda. So kesan kedaulatan negara tergugat. Loss of sovereignty. Loss of sovereignty. Loss of sovereignty means we are controlled by a foreigner. Our life will be controlled by foreigner. Okay. Okay, then I push up. So this one you also can screenshot. This is chapter 2 one. The two incident. Two incident. Perubatan takta and ancaman kuasa asing. So Francis like go for Tipu Hela. Tipu Hela And then this one is the dua kuasa, Perjanjian London 1824. So the British and Belanda signed the contract. Oh. Okay, so I go back to the essay because got one student haven't copy. You done already? Let me know. Yeah. So I push up. Okay, then this one you can screenshot also for the chapter 2 structure. Lor. Okay, and then this one is the essay for chapter 2. Yeah, essay for chapter 2. So this one is talking about the pertikaian. Pertikaian British dan Belanda di Singapore. So British memajukan Singapore sebagai pelabuhan bebas dan pangkalan tentera di alam Melayu. So Belanda mendakwa Singapore bawah lingkungan pengaruhnya dan menuntut British berundur dari Singapore. So Belanda bimbang kemajuan Singapore menjejaskan perdagangan di Betawi. Okay. And then kesan Perjanjian London 1824 kepada Johor Riau. So Singapore menjadi tanah jajahan British. Sultan Hussein dan Temenggung didesak menandatangani perjanjian menyerahkan Singapore kepada British. So berakhirnya Kesultanan Riau Lingga. So dihapuskan Belanda. So wilayah Riau Lingga diperintah secara langsung Belanda loh. So peristiharaan kedaulatan Pahang. Pahang is actually part of Johor. So Pahang break away. Pahang break away. So the Bendahara Tun Ali membebaskan Pahang. Membebaskan Pahang sebagai negeri bebas dan berdaulat. Okay, sebagai negeri bebas dan berdaulat. Okay, so this one can screenshot. Lo. Then we can go back up this part. Chapter 2. Go back up to page number 12. So I haven't settled this part. Perjanjian London 1824. So British berundur dari Sumatera lo, menyerahkan Bangka Hulu kepada Belanda. Tidak membuka pendebatan baru di selatan Singapura. So Belanda mengiktiraf British di Singapura dan Belanda menyerahkan Melaka kepada British. Dan tidak membuka tempatan baru di tanah Melayu. So what do you learn? Iktibar pendudukan Pulau Pinang. So berwaspada terhadap kuasa asing, tidak terberdaya dengan janji kuasa asing, pemimpin bijak menyelesaikan masalah dalam negara. Without the help of foreigner. Without the help of foreigner. So peristiwa mungkin berlaku sekiranya perjanjian tersebut tidak dibenteraikan. So you can say peperangan British dash Belanda loh. So British tidak dapat memiliki Melaka. British tidak dapat membentuk NNS loh. Dan Johor Riau tidak akan berpecah dua loh. Dan alam Melayu tidak akan berpecah kepada dua lingkungan pengaruh. Indonesia and Malaysia won't be two separate nations. Will become one nation. Will become one nation. So you can screenshot this part, and then we will do we only left one more part only. The objective. So for objective, I will show you the answers. You can screenshot also, page 14. This one is the page 14 one, the answer, the first set. You can screenshot. And then you have the second set. This is the second set answer. This is set 2. Just like set 1. This is set 2. Then you can try the objective. You can try the objective. First 20 objective, you can try. And then we will go through. Okay, like for the first question. Okay, so I teach you one way. Call copy answer. You can take out a pencil, and then you do a light shade, a light tick. Light tick. Okay, a light tick. Like this. Okay, 1 is C. 2 is A. 3 is A. 4 is donkey, C. 6 is C. 7 is D. 8 is boy. 9 is A. Okay. Then you try to understand. Then this one is talking about indirectly involved in the selection of wapak. Wapak is ketua anak. Wapak is ketua anak buah. The ketua anak buah, wapak. Anak buah punya pakcik. Who will involved indirectly? Who will be involved indirectly in the selection of wapak? So answer is Ibu Soko. What is Ibu Soko? Your blooded mom. Blood related mom. Okay, your mommy will indirectly involve in choosing who become the wapak. So number 2. So this one is Negeri Sembilan. Ada pepatih in Negeri Sembilan. Okay, mommy will influence the son to choose his leader. And then here is talking about negara kita kaya dengan sumber hasil hutan. Negara mengimport utama hasil hutan tersebut ialah Siam dan Jepun. Siam dan Jepun will buy our kayu jati, our hasil hutan, hasil hutan. Not Aceh, not Burma. Siam and Jepun. Okay, then this one is talking about the measurement. The sukatan pernah digunakan. Okay, Wait, I'm looking for something. Yeah. So satu length is dua kepul. This one is correct. Satu kel is dua length. Satu gantang is empat cupah. This is cupah. Satu cupah is empat kel. That is the correct one. And then this one is the kati dan tahil. Kati tahil is Chinese. It's Chinese punya thing. Kati is in Chinese is called jing. Tahil is called liang. Sorry, I don't know whether I write the correct liang or not. Liang. Yeah. Tahil. That is Chinese one. Wait, Kijang is the gold money. The gold money, Kijang is like ganjiu like that. Okay. So when you look at Kelantan, it's always related to Kijang. Kijang is a big rusa. Giant rusa. So this one is pendidikan tidak formal. So pendidikan tidak formal disampaikan kepada masyarakat tempatan through pantang larang and cerita teladang. Besides that, we have peribahasa, syair, dan pantun. Then number 7, apakah iktibar boleh didapat daripada cerita tersebut? Si tanggang anak derhaka. Si tanggang anak derhaka means tidak menderhaka kepada ibu bapa lo. So he's talking about si tanggang. When people call me si yu hang, means they don't like me. Si yu hang, they don't like me. Si kito. The word si in Mandarin means die. So they don't like tanggang, this boy, because this boy betrayed daddy mommy. Si tanggang anak derhaka. You're interested to know this story? You can find online. Okay, anak derhaka means betray, disobey or betray. Then Te Sutera Tembika come from China. Answer is boy. Nothing special. Revolusi Pendashan happened in Britain. And then later Perancis and German. They also copy. Okay, they also copy. And then this one is further down you can actually copy answer and learn. So after you copy answer, you shaded. I shaded, and then you try to do reasoning. Okay, you can try to do reasoning. So this one is question 10 will be A. A, D, C, A, B. CBBDB. And then you rub off. Then you rub off, then you can do again. Okay. So the biji tema, United States, they use biji tema to buat bumbung. Bumbung rumah. Bumbung rumah. And this one is talking about Toulouse, Swiss. Toulouse, Swiss is built by a French guy, a French engineer. So the French engineer is called Ferdinand de Lesseps. And then Tugas Menyebar Tamadun is by Perancis. Britain one is called Beban Orang Putih. Beban Orang Putih, the white man's burden. So tanggungjawab mereka membantu memberi kesejahteraan kepada peribumi dijajah mereka. It is their duty to take care of the native people. So that is called Beban Orang Putih. Beban Orang Putih. Seketing Kra is Perancis want to build a terusan there. Seketing Kra, you can write that Siam. So the French want to build a terusan dekat Seketing Kra so that people can skip Singapore. Can skip Singapore. So no need to go through Singapore. Then can turn Singapore into a ghost town. Can turn Singapore into a ghost town. And then number 15, America Syarikat try to control Malaysia. So the part that he's trying to control is called Terengganu. It is called Terengganu. Because America already that time control Pulau Redang. Pulau Redang, Sultan Terengganu give Pulau Redang kepada America. So America just want Pulau Redang or America want the whole Terengganu? America actually interested to take over the whole Terengganu. Then number 16, Toko Acts. So basically, pemerintah tempatan menerima naungan British. Who is the fella? Andrew Clark. Andrew Clark. Okay. Force Perak. They sign perjanjian Bangko ma. Andrew Clark. And then next is the British is Pakatan. British is Pakatan. That is correct lo. Portuguese is not perjanjian. Portuguese is serangan. Not Belanda tipu hela British. Not Russia diplomacy. There's no Russia at all. No Russia. Next, number 18. They use contract. Tempoh masa tertentu dengan bayaran tertentu. That's called pajakan. Pajakan, you can write that in English, is called leasing. Means government lease the land or lease the building to you for X certain year, for a certain year. So after the lease, you need to pay the you need to pay to renew the lease. Then Belanda and Perak, they signed perjanjian 1650 because of biji tema. They want to buy biji tema. Then Francis Light want to take over Penang. How he take over? Tipu. He tipu. Okay. He's very confident that he can convince the governor, but just that the governor reject her. And governor say, we will help, but not now. So at the end of the day, the British help? Answer is yes. So you look at Kedah, Perlis, Kelantan, and Terengganu. They are not part of Thailand. They are not part of Thailand. Means British already help. British already help. Okay? Can So remember, you all just need to practice. all the latihan in this pack. Okay, all the latihan in this pack. Remember, reasoning output, reasoning and output. When you're reasoning, be confident to be assertive, to come out your own theory. And then when you share your theory with your friend, then your friend may agree with you or disagree with you. When they disagree with you, they enter debate. And then we debate based on reasoning. If you win, good. The fellow will follow your thinking. If you lose, you follow your friend's thinking. That is how we supposed to learn. Okay, not the spoon feed technique that we use in primary school. You know what is spoon feed technique? Okay, spoon feed technique means what? Point, all those the answer. Can not A then B. Not like that one. Okay, can. So I'll see you next week. So this one you can write down my number. Anything you WhatsApp me. Okay. So good luck in your exam. Bye bye. You're welcome. Bye bye.